Okay, so today we will talk about equation of a circle. First, you should know this is how a circle looks like. It is basically a set of all points equidistant from a central point, which is the center of a circle. So this is the center, and every point we take, which is equidistant from this point, is going to be the radius. Okay, that is how we form a circle. So if I form a line like this from the center to any point on the circle, that is going to be your radius. So here is your radius. Now these are the two important things in a circle. We should know about the center and the radius. Okay, so let's just write the general equation of a circle first, which is going to be x minus h whole squared plus y minus k whole squared equals to r square. So here is the general equation for a circle. What is h and k in here? H and k at the center. You remember this h, we always take the opposite sign. Okay, it is x minus h. Whatever thing is along with x, you always take its opposite sign. So if it is negative h, we will take it positive h, and if it is negative k, we will take it as positive k. So h and k are the constant which will represent the center of a circle, and then the radius on the right hand side, the square of r, that r represents the radius. Okay, r equals to the radius of the circle, whatever it is. Okay, let's do some example. Let's say you have an equation x minus 3 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square equals to 9. We can clearly see it resembles the equation above, to the equation of a circle. Yeah, we have x and then minus something, some constant number to the whole square, and then plus y something, y plus minus something to the whole square equals to the square of r, though we don't have a square of the 9 here, but we can write it in the form of a square if we want to resemble it according to the above equation. So what do we do here? Can you write 9 as 3 to the power of 2? Yeah, 9 can be written as 3 power 2, and then y plus 2 whole square and x minus 3 whole square. So now it is completely like the equation above, which is now the equation of your circle. So if I want you to write the center here, the center, okay, the constant along with the x is negative 3, but when I will be writing it in a coordinate system, I'll take the opposite sign, which will now make it positive 3 and comma the next for y, it is y plus 2. Since I'm going to write it in coordinate system, so I'll take its opposite, it's going to be negative 2. So center is going to be 3 negative 2. And what would be the radius? See, it was 9 there. We want something with the square so that we can make it like r. If we resemble it with the above equation, it's the square of r. So we could write 9 as the square of 3. So now we can say the radius here is gonna be 3. Okay, one more example. Let's do one more example. Let's say if you have x squared plus y squared equals to 25. Let's say 25. Okay, how are you gonna say what's the center? Like, does it even the equation of a circle? Yes, it is. You are having the square over x, x minus plus something, y minus plus something square, and equals to some whole square. Like, it's not a square, but we can make it 1. But at least you have a plus between them. Don't go with if it is x square minus y square. Okay, we can't have a minus here. If we get a minus here, that becomes another equation of ellipse. Okay, no, but in circle we can only have a plus in between them. So yes, it is fine. We can write x square as x minus 0 whole square and y square as y minus 0 whole square equals to 25 as the square of 5. Okay, now it is completely like the general equation for a circle, as you see on the top. Compare now you can compare it with the general equation of a circle. Okay, so here I'm gonna copy it here. So now you can tell me, let me make it another color. This is the general equation for a circle, okay, written here. And okay, so comparing it with this general equation, that's the general equation, okay, of circle. Let me make it another color. So okay, so if comparing it with the general equation, what is going to be your center here? Your center would be 0 and 0, okay. 0 is never positive nor negative, so we just write 0, okay. Though you could say it's negative 0, so we should write positive 0. No, 0 holds no positive negative value. It is always going to be neutral 0, okay. 0 and 0 here, okay. And the radius, what would be the radius? The radius would be 5, right? Because I have the square of something and that base is gonna be the radius, just like here, the square of r, okay? So that's how we can find the center and the radius of any equation of a circle, okay? And if you get the center and radius, it would be very easy to plot that circle. Let's try plotting it here. So you have a coordinate system. I'm just gonna draw the lines like that. Okay, here you go. Now, what is the center of this equation, this radius? The center is 0, 0, okay? I'm gonna plot 0, 0 here. So this, this is your y-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis, positive x-axis, and negative x-axis, okay? So the point of intersection of the two lines cutting perpendicularly each other in a coordinate rectangular system is going to be origin. So this point is your origin, 0, 0, okay? And I'm just now going to plot them. So center is 0, 0. I plotted the center there, 0, 0. And the radius is 5. So you will be moving, let me just plot it with a gap of 2 blocks, since the blocks are quite of short length. So that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So you can now join these points to make a circle. My bad, I'm not that good in drawing. Okay, here you're gonna get a circle whose radius is 5. Okay, now whatever point you will choose on this whole circle, it's not exactly drawn to the scale as I have plotted it with my hand, okay? So whatever point you will choose here, like of 5 length, okay, since your radius is 5. So from the center, 5 units to the right, 5 units to the top, 5 units to the backward, 5 units downward. You get at least 4 points. Now you can join them to form a circle, okay? You can easily draw it with the help of a compass if necessary. Then you will just get a shape of your circle. Okay, there we go. This is how the equation for the circle works. Okay, that's it for today.